Archangel Michael says, the night that was meant to pass quietly will not stay silent anymore. Something sacred is shifting around you, something they tried so hard to bury under lies and confusion. But heaven is now pulling back the curtain, and before this night ends, your eyes will see what they never wanted you to discover. There's a weight in the air, almost like the calm before lightning. You felt it, your chest tightening, your thoughts restless, your spirit uneasy for no reason. That's because heaven has been preparing you for this exact moment, and nothing can stop what's coming next. Don't move away, don't scroll, don't let distractions pull you out of this. You were guided here because something very real, very personal, is being revealed to you right now. Tonight is not just another night, it's divine timing aligning with truth. Someone thought they could erase you, hide their tracks, and walk away untouched. But they forgot that heaven records everything. Every tear you shed, every sleepless night, every betrayal you endured, nothing has gone unseen. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Your story has been rewritten behind your back, but heaven is correcting it tonight. People you once trusted are whispering in corners, trying to make sure you never find out the full truth. But Archangel Michael has stepped in, and the silence around you is about to break open with justice. There's someone in your life who has been holding back information that could change everything. Their fear is growing because the truth they buried is surfacing in ways they can't control anymore. You might feel chills when reading this. That's not fear, that's confirmation. Archangel Michael says, they tried to dim your light, but they only made your glow stronger. The very secret they hid will become the reason you rise higher than ever before. Stay calm and stay grounded, because revelation energy is already in motion. Your spirit knows. Your intuition has been whispering the clues for weeks, small signs, repeating numbers, the sudden urge to stop and listen. Tonight those signs come together, pointing you directly toward the truth they hoped would stay buried forever. Type Amen to get blessing 444. There's one person whose name keeps flashing in your mind for no reason. The reason is divine. That name is connected to what heaven is about to expose. Someone's guilt has been eating them alive, and it's about to spill out in ways they didn't plan. They talked about you when you weren't there. They tried to twist stories, create doubts, and make others turn against you. But now the very words they used against you are returning to them as lessons written by divine justice. You are not alone in this, your angels have surrounded you completely. Even as you read these words, Archangel Michael's wings are spreading light across your name, protecting your reputation and restoring everything stolen from you. There's a moment coming tonight, between silence and truth, when your phone may buzz, or a message may appear that confirms everything. Don't panic. It's heaven revealing what was once hidden, because your time for clarity has come. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The lies they created have started to collapse on themselves. What was whispered behind you will now be spoken in front of you, and what was done in darkness will stand trembling in the light. You are walking into a night of exposure, where truth replaces manipulation. Archangel Michael says, "Be strong, my child, for the truth may sting, but it will set your destiny free." Every deception they planted is now being pulled out by divine hands. You don't need revenge, your peace is becoming their loudest consequence. Someone you never expected to defend you will suddenly speak up for you. Their courage will surprise everyone, and that single act will shift the entire story in your favor. The same mouths that spread lies will now speak your name with respect. Don't skip this moment. Stay until the end. Because before midnight, a message, a memory, or a revelation will come that finally clears your path. You've waited long enough, and heaven refuses to let you walk in confusion any longer. Type Amen to get blessing 666. You are about to witness karmic alignment at its most powerful. The ones who hid what was yours will face what they feared most, the unveiling. It won't be chaos, it will be calm, precise, divine justice unfolding exactly as written. There is something that belongs to you, a document, a name, a truth, a place, that someone tried to claim or twist. Tonight begins the reversal. Archangel Michael is standing between you and those plans, ensuring that everything hidden returns to your hands. They laughed when you trusted, and now their laughter will echo back as regret. For every false smile they gave you, there will be a tear of realization. That's not your burden, it's their awakening. Heaven's timing is perfect, and though the wait was painful, it protected you from premature exposure. Now the truth will not harm you, it will crown you. The moment they tried to erase you was the moment heaven wrote you into destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The shift happening tonight is not accidental, it's divine correction. People may appear in your dreams or memories, they are part of the story being rewritten. Each scene you remember now is heaven connecting dots you once couldn't see. Archangel Michael says, do not be afraid of what's revealed. Fear belongs to those who lied, not to the one who stood in truth. You were never the villain, they only painted you that way because your light exposed their shadows. There's someone who will reach out soon, trying to apologize or explain. Listen with grace, but protect your peace. Not every apology deserves access, some only come to confirm what heaven already told you to release. You will feel it in your heart when the truth unfolds. It won't come with noise, it will arrive in stillness, in that quiet breath where your spirit says, now I understand. And that understanding will free you like nothing before. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The people who tried to block your path were never more powerful than your purpose. They underestimated how guarded your destiny truly is. Even when you were unaware, divine forces were redirecting their traps into your blessings. Tonight, your name will be spoken in rooms that once forgot you. But this time, it won't be out of mockery, it will be out of realization. Someone important is discovering who you truly are, and their decision will mark a new beginning. Keep your heart soft but your eyes open. You'll notice subtle shifts, delays turning into opportunities, silence turning into clarity, endings turning into divine upgrades. That's heaven's way of showing that exposure is not punishment, it's preparation. The truth they tried to hide will now open doors they never wanted you to walk through. And when it does, walk boldly. This is your divine moment, your justice, your restoration. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Archangel Michael says, those who mocked your pain will now witness your rise. This exposure is not revenge, it's revelation. It's heaven saying, enough is enough. You are stepping into a night of power cloaked in stillness. Even if the world feels quiet, know that the spiritual realm is loud right now, shifting energies in your favor. Your angels are aligning the truth to meet your eyes face to face. Don't fear the message that's coming. Whether it arrives as a text, a call, or a sudden realization, it's heaven's way of saying the wait is over. You are ready to handle what they tried to hide. The dawn after tonight will not look the same. You'll wake up lighter, freer, with a knowing that nothing hidden stays buried when heaven decides to move. The air around you is changing. You may not see it, but you can feel it, the vibration in your chest, the strange heaviness in the room, the sudden chills that appear for no reason. That's not coincidence. That's Archangel Michael signaling that the hour of unveiling is near. Everything that was once disguised in sweet words and fake smiles is being stripped of its mask. You are about to watch truth move through people like light through glass, revealing what's pure and what's poisoned. Heaven doesn't expose to destroy, it exposes to heal and set free. Stay still. Don't rush this moment. Because as the veil lifts tonight, your intuition will guide you toward the name, the voice, or the face connected to what was hidden. You won't need to search, it will come directly to you. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. Someone who once acted indifferent will suddenly appear nervous around you. Their tone will change, their eyes will avoid yours, their words will stumble. That's not random, it's guilt revealing itself before truth speaks aloud. You were chosen to see beyond illusions. That's why lies never stay comfortable around you. Heaven sharpened your spirit to recognize dishonesty not through evidence, but through energy. Every time you felt uneasy near someone, it was heaven whispering, "Be careful." Now, that whisper has become thunder. The truth will not be whispered anymore, it will echo until it reaches everyone who needs to hear it. What they thought was hidden under manipulation is now written across divine timing. Archangel Michael says, "Do not chase their confession, allow their conscience to confess for them." The truth doesn't need you to fight, it needs you to stand still in faith while heaven finishes what began in secret. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. Your silence has been your greatest weapon. While they were plotting stories to ruin your name, your peace confused them. They couldn't understand why you didn't retaliate, and that confusion is now becoming their unraveling. Because when heaven fights for you, the loudest noise is truth itself. The person who once smiled in your face and spoke behind your back will now experience the same exposure they tried to cause you. Karma isn't punishment, it's education through experience. Don't skip this moment, every sign around you is alive. The repeating numbers, the vivid dreams, the sudden memories resurfacing are all pieces of this revelation puzzle. They're guiding you toward understanding what was hidden in plain sight. Someone close to you is on the edge of confessing. Their silence is cracking, their walls are falling. When they finally speak, you'll feel a rush of calm instead of anger, because your spirit already knew before they said a word. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. Tonight, the tables turn without chaos. The ones who once looked down on you will now look up in realization. They will remember every time you showed kindness when they didn't deserve it. And heaven will make sure that remembrance brings them humility. Your name will rise out of confusion. Conversations that once carried your story with distortion will now speak it with admiration. The truth has a strange way of rewriting narratives. It starts slow, then suddenly, everyone knows. Archangel Michael says, you are stepping into your divine season of vindication. What was hidden was never lost, it was simply being protected until your strength was ready to hold it. And now, that strength has matured in silence. You will receive something, a message, an image, a call, that confirms this reading. Don't overthink it. Just know heaven is showing you visible evidence that justice has begun. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. There's one particular moment tonight that will feel different from others, a pause in time, a strange calm before clarity. That's when the veil breaks. That's when you'll sense heaven saying, look now. You'll either see a truth through a message, a conversation, or a sudden emotional reaction from someone. That's your confirmation. Don't doubt it, because you asked heaven for a sign, and this is how it arrives, through energy, through intuition, through divine timing. The person who wronged you may not sleep peacefully tonight. Their dreams are haunted by the weight of what they hid. Heaven is working inside their conscience like a mirror showing every choice they made against you. And by morning, you'll feel lighter, not because the problem disappeared, but because it no longer has power over your peace. That is your spiritual victory, the reward for your patience and restraint. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. They thought you were blind to their secrets, but you were simply silent, observing, collecting divine confirmation. That's why heaven calls you chosen, not because you are perfect, but because you are perceptive in the unseen. Every storm they sent to destroy you has only trained you to recognize divine patterns. The lies they created are now collapsing under their own weight. And tonight marks the start of their realization that heaven cannot be deceived. Someone who defended the liars will now defend you. Truth has a way of converting even witnesses. Watch as one of their own turns to your side, not by manipulation, but by revelation. You don't need to prove anything anymore. Heaven's evidence is louder than your explanations. Stand still, and let divine justice echo through every corner of their denial. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. Your journey is entering its restoration phase. Every stolen opportunity, every misunderstood moment, every hidden betrayal is being rewritten as divine promotion. The people who once laughed at your silence will soon wonder how you rose without revenge. Archangel Michael says, forgive, but don't return. Bless, but don't reopen old wounds. This revelation is not to bring you back into pain, it's to pull you forward into clarity. The night might still feel heavy, but it's sacred heaviness, the kind that arrives right before release. You may cry without knowing why, and that's okay. Those tears are not sadness, they're cleansing. Don't underestimate what can happen in a single night when heaven moves. By tomorrow, you'll look at the same situation with new eyes, because you'll finally see the truth behind the mask. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. Someone has been carrying guilt like a shadow, and heaven is pressing them to speak. The truth they avoided is now too loud to silence. Their sleeplessness is not random, it's divine conviction. The hidden conversation that once framed you is resurfacing. Screenshots, words, or proof are finding their way into the light. What was used against you will now stand as your protection. Stay calm. Stay aligned. Don't react when the truth reaches you, receive it with grace. This is your vindication season, not your retaliation season. When the dust settles, you'll realize how much power silence holds when paired with divine timing. You didn't lose, they simply revealed who they were before heaven did. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. Archangel Michael says, justice delayed is not justice denied. Heaven was gathering every detail for your favor. Tonight completes a divine circle that began the day they wronged you. You will see subtle but powerful shifts, a sudden phone call, an unexpected apology, or a chain of coincidences that lead you to hidden evidence. Don't panic. Smile, because heaven kept the receipts even when you let go. The story they tried to control is being handed back to you in full truth. Every lie will now serve as proof of your resilience. Every betrayal will now shine as a lesson that elevated you. And as you sleep tonight, heaven will work silently, turning the whispers of deceit into the voice of redemption that carries your name. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. Tomorrow, when you wake, the energy around you will feel new. Something will have shifted, though you might not see it yet. You'll sense it in how your heart feels lighter, how your peace feels deeper. This is the evidence that heaven intervened. The truth that was hidden has been released into motion. It's already traveling toward you through the channels meant only for your eyes and ears. The fear they tried to plant in you will no longer take root. You've become immune to manipulation because divine exposure has matured your spirit. You'll see them differently now, not with anger, but with holy distance. And soon, you'll realize this revelation wasn't to hurt you, it was to position you for blessings too pure to coexist with deceit. The night has deepened, but something in your spirit feels lighter. The heaviness that used to press on your chest has turned into warmth. That's not just relief, it's heaven confirming that justice has already begun. Even now, messages are being sent, truths are being whispered, and secrets are surfacing in the exact order they were buried. Heaven never rushes, but it never forgets either. You are standing inside the hour where truth overtakes deception. Someone you once trusted is trembling right now. Their plan has backfired, and the lies they spoke are circling back toward them like a mirror reflecting every action. You don't need to watch, heaven will make sure you feel the victory in your peace. This is why your soul feels restless. It's the sound of doors opening in realms unseen. The truth is walking toward you with steady steps, and by dawn, it will be standing right in front of your name. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. There will be moments tonight when you suddenly feel memories resurfacing. Faces you haven't thought about in months may appear in your mind. Don't ignore them. They are connected to what was hidden. Heaven is showing you the timeline of how it all unfolded. Archangel Michael says, the battle is no longer yours. The energy that once drained you is now being reversed, sent back to its origin with divine precision. Those who hid behind lies will now be seen through transparency. The strange silence you've noticed from certain people is not peace, it's fear. They know their time of pretending is over. You don't need to confront them, heaven is already doing that for you in ways words could never achieve. Your strength is now a spotlight that exposes every false soul. The more you stay calm, the louder truth becomes. The less you react, the faster heaven moves. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. You might notice strange signs tonight, lights flickering, a message delay, a sudden rush of emotion out of nowhere. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations that the divine is present in your atmosphere, preparing the full revelation. Someone who once doubted you will finally admit they were wrong. It will come out of nowhere, and the timing will be divine. That single admission will restore your reputation in ways you didn't think possible. Archangel Michael says, "Do not let bitterness touch your heart after truth arrives." Justice is not about humiliation, it's about divine balance. You are not being vindicated to destroy others, you are being elevated to your rightful place. The exposure that happens tonight is not chaos, it's sacred order. Every piece will fall exactly where it belongs, and the truth will shine without you having to speak a single word. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. There is a message waiting for you. It might be hidden in your phone, an old folder, or a person's heart. When it appears, you'll recognize it instantly because it will align perfectly with what your intuition already knew. Do not rush to respond. Sit with it, breathe, and let your spirit interpret what heaven is showing you. Sometimes the truth doesn't shout, it whispers clarity into your silence. The person who once claimed innocence will now reveal their guilt through their own contradictions. Watch carefully, the truth is not in their words but in their tone. Heaven uses exposure to teach discernment, not just to deliver proof. What they tried to erase will now be repeated back by people they least expected. The same story they manipulated will now be corrected publicly without you saying a thing. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. You may feel tears rise without pain tonight. That's your body releasing the energy of betrayal that's been stored for too long. You're not crying because you're hurt, you're crying because your soul recognizes freedom. Archangel Michael says, the hidden pain is over. Every night you cried without answers has been counted, and every unanswered prayer has reached the throne. The timing may have felt delayed, but heaven was aligning every thread before pulling the curtain back. Now, even your silence speaks power. People who once ignored you are suddenly remembering your name. The divine is shifting conversations, and where your absence was mocked, your presence will now be missed. They cannot undo what they've done, but heaven can rewrite the story in your favor. And that rewriting begins this very night. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. A powerful reversal is taking place. The tables are turning quietly but unmistakably. Those who once spoke against you will now defend your name to protect their own peace. Your light has become undeniable. Even in their envy, they can't hide their recognition anymore. What was hidden behind jealousy is now dissolving in front of the truth. This isn't about revenge, it's about revelation. Heaven doesn't expose to punish, it exposes to purify. And right now, your entire life is being cleansed of false attachments. You might lose a few people after this revelation, but remember, it's subtraction for divine addition. Heaven is making room for something much purer to enter your world. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. Tomorrow, when the first light touches your window, you'll feel something has shifted permanently. The energy of deceit will be gone, replaced by peace so deep it feels almost unreal. You'll notice someone trying to reach out to explain themselves. Listen once, then let go. You owe no one closure when heaven has already closed the chapter. Archangel Michael says, forgiveness is your final weapon. When you forgive, you remove the last piece of power they had over your spirit. That forgiveness doesn't justify their actions, it liberates your destiny. After tonight, blessings that were blocked will begin to flow again. Finances, relationships, clarity, all of it begins returning in waves of restoration. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. This exposure is the final test before your breakthrough. Don't be afraid of what is revealed. The same light that exposes also heals, and you are stepping into a level of spiritual maturity that nothing can distort. You'll soon understand why certain people were removed, why certain doors closed, and why silence lasted as long as it did. Heaven was building a wall of protection you couldn't see until now. The truth that was hidden isn't meant to make you angry, it's meant to confirm your intuition. Every moment you doubted yourself, Heaven was preparing this day to remind you how accurate your spirit really was. Tonight's revelation isn't the end, it's the beginning of divine clarity that will guide your next season. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. Archangel Michael says, you have been chosen to see what others ignore. You carry an awareness that breaks deception wherever you go. That's why darkness tried so hard to silence you. But the time of silence has ended. The words that once stuck in your throat will now flow like divine fire, clear, strong, and unstoppable. Every truth you speak will now carry the authority of heaven behind it. Those who betrayed you will one day thank you for not exposing them yourself. Because heaven will expose them in a way that teaches them, not destroys them. That's divine justice, fair, balanced, and absolute. By the time dawn breaks, you will feel completion in your heart. The waiting is over. The truth has arrived, and your soul finally rests. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. You've endured storms that would have broken others. You've carried truths you couldn't share, pain you couldn't explain. But now, heaven is rewarding your silence with supernatural peace. Every path ahead of you is clearing. Every hidden enemy is being revealed and removed. The divine is aligning opportunities that were delayed by deceit. From tonight onward, your steps will be guided only by truth. You will attract honesty, love, and stability, because deceit can no longer exist in your energy. The story they tried to hide is now your testimony of strength.